AWS Identity and Access Management, IAM, Overview. AWS Identity and Access Management, AWS IAM, enables you to manage access to AWS services and resources securely. An IAM user is an entity that represents the person or application that interacts with AWS. An IAM group is a collection of users. Each user in the group inherits the permissions of the group. Using IAM, you can create IAM users and groups and manage them. IAM controls who is authenticated in order to sign into AWS. Each user is assigned with an individual security credential. By default, IAM users cannot access any resources in your account until you give them permissions. You need to apply an IAM policy to grant permissions in order to allow and deny their access to AWS resources. You can also use IAM roles to delegate access to users, applications, or services that don't normally have access to your AWS resources. When you assume a role, it provides you with temporary security credentials for your role session. IAM is a feature of your AWS account, offered at no additional charge. You will be charged only for use of other AWS services by your users. Here are the common use cases. IAM provides fine-grained access control to AWS resources. IAM also enables you to add specific conditions, such as time of day, to control how a user can use AWS, their originating IP address, whether they are using SSL, or whether they have authenticated with a multi-factor authentication device, or MFA. IAM helps you analyze access across your AWS environment. Your security teams and administrators can quickly validate that your policies only provide the intended public and cross-account access to your resources. You can also easily identify and refine your policies to allow access to only the services being used. This helps you to better adhere to the principle of least privilege. By using multi-factor authentication for highly privileged users, you can protect your AWS environment. Once activated, signing into MFA protected account requires a username, password, and a valid MFA code provided by an MFA device, either a hardware MFA token or a virtual MFA device such as a MFA-enabled mobile device. IAM can integrate with your corporate directory by enabling identity federation. It can grant your employees and application access to AWS Management Console, AWS Service APIs, and resources using your existing identity systems, such as Microsoft Active Directory, or any identity management solution that supports SAML 2.0.